So when looking for a web host, I want to make sure that it has it's up and running like 99.99% of the time. And what's really important to me is to have a really, really solid customer service department. I want to be able to pick up a phone 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and talk to somebody if I'm having an issue with my site. And so I found there's a lot of good web hosting companies, and the one I'm going to use today is one called InMotion Hosting. I mean, they have a great customer service department. I've called up all hours of the night. A lot of times they'll walk me through things. A lot of times they'll just fix it for me. So that's very important to me to make sure that if there is an issue, I know I could rely on the web hosting company to fix it for me. Other really good web hosts are, like HostGator is really good. Bluehost is excellent. So, I mean, really what I'll put a couple of these in a PDF document. So when you're looking to like sign up for web hosting, you just could see if one has some kind of a special or a sale going on, and then just get the one that's like works the best for you. So the process we're going to do to install WordPress is like very similar across the board when it comes to web hosting. Everybody has it down to basically a one button install of WordPress. It takes less than 5 minutes. So don't worry about that. And of course, a good customer service will be able to walk you through any questions you have with that. But we're going to use InMotion today, which is an excellent web hosting company. So when I look at web hosting, and if you click up here like this web hosting, you'll notice there's business hosting, and over here also there's these little boxes. So business hosting is pretty much what we want. That is where you're going to pay to be on a server on their, in the web hosting company. So you and a lot of other websites are on that server. You're just kind of sharing this server, and it's the cheapest way to go. Then if you have like more of like a high growth business and you want to have like a dedicated section of a server, there's this thing called a virtual private server. And I think the easiest way for me to explain this, I believe, is like it's a hybrid between the shared business hosting and a dedicated server. So if you're like someone big like Amazon, you have probably many dedicated servers where you are the only company on that server. This one is many companies on a single server. This is probably less companies with maybe better equipment because it's a higher traffic companies than just a basic company or a basic blog or something like that. And dedicated server is like literally you're the only company on that server. We don't need any of that right now. Reseller hosting is basically if you have like a certain amount of space and then you're selling web hosting to some other people. That's, it's definitely not what we're doing right now. And then WordPress hosting. So WordPress hosting and business hosting, I believe, are like pretty much the same thing. It's just different names. But if you're just looking to get a WordPress blog, you click here, or business hosting. It's the same cost. It's the same exact place your website would be. And it's the same three models that they have. So what they have here is now you have to choose like what are your needs now for web hosting. So they have a launch. And you know what? If I actually go into, let me go back here to the WordPress hosting, gives you a little bit more explanation about what you're getting. On the launch, you get a free domain, and then you could host 2 websites for this package, right? So if you're paying $6 a month, you could have 2 websites with unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited emails. What they're recommending is the Power program, which gives you 6 websites, unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited emails, and then twice the performance. And then they have something called a Pro, which basically gives you, again, a free domain. They all give you free domains, unlimited website, disk space, bandwidth, email, and this gives you unlimited websites. You could have 50 websites if you want, and 4 times the performance and pro level support. But I would say you'd really have to make the call yourself, but I think you could always upgrade. So I always recommend people starting out, just go with the smallest version. 1 or 2 websites is more than enough. Now, to get this $5.99 pricing, you'd have to pay 2 years up front. So let's just say we do it 1 year because we want to keep our costs as low as possible initially. So instead of paying monthly, we'll just pay upfront 1 year. So let's just click on 1 year. And now it's going to take us to a checkout. So here we have, congratulations, you have the launch plan. So out of pocket today, this is going to cost me $83.88. It was a 107. They gave me a discount, $83.88. And for some reason I have two of them in here, so let me get rid of one. So here we have 1 year, launch 8388. Now you got to look to purchase your new domain. If you have a domain, like I said, you could move it. Like say you have a domain of a different web hosting account and you just, their customer service is a nightmare and you want to come to InMotion, then you would say I own this domain and you put that domain in. But if you want to find a domain, like I have a domain I'm already using, but let's just pretend like you're going to do one. So say you want to have, you know, crazy test site 101, which I wouldn't recommend doing something like this. And you search, and this is the extension, so .com. So okay, great, that's available. So you could add that to the cart, and then you could add all these other ones to the cart, but I don't want them. So now they give you the free domain, and this is a 1 year privacy. Now there's a website called, I think, Who Is, that'll give all your information about your website. So it'll give like your name, your address, or whatever. I don't know, maybe your phone number or something like that. So what this domain privacy is, it's $10 a year. If somebody does the Who Is on your website, they'll get, in this case, InMotion Hosting's details. So it'll be their address, their phone number, your name will be there, but none of your personal information. So I always like to do it. It's $10 a year. It's not like crazy money. It's what, that's 80 cents a month. I'm still under the $10 a month because right now to check out it would cost me $93.87. Okay, and then you just continue, and then you'd go in and say protect my account. That's the privacy. So here you could get rid of that privacy if you wanted to, or just click this X. So I'll take that privacy. Sometimes they try to sell you things. Some places will sell you like backup servers or all that stuff, and you could always get that after the fact. And there's a lot of free services that we could add through plugins with WordPress. So once you get into WordPress, you'll see that almost everything you need you could get somewhat free. So don't go crazy buying a lot of upgrades. If you decide to, like some web hosting companies will try to sell you 5 or 6 upgrades. So don't. You put your name here. Then you put in your email address to log into AMP, that's like their account management platform or something like that. And then you put your password in and log in. So this is if you're a returning customer, this is if you're a new customer. And then you just go to your billing information and check out. And then what will happen is they'll send you an email with your login information and to log into the AMP platform. So I'm going to continue on here. And I'm not going to, bore you with putting in my billing information. And then we'll log into AMP on the next page, and I'll show you how to install WordPress.